Today on My Way, a special episode celebrating the determination and sometimes heartbreaking struggle in the quest to become an Olympian, including a North Queensland native that's a veteran on the ice.
This is how you do the luge in Townsville. That's how you practice the start anyway.
A savvy biathlete ready to take his shot.
There is no balance. There's just go.
An NRLW player who traded boots for a bobsled.
It's not just 1 minute on the ice, it's something that you've been working your whole life for.
And the ordinary blokes with extraordinary dreams.
Dreams are free.
Dreams are free. Dreams are free. That's our slogan.
That's all coming up on My Way.
Every corner you go into on a luge, you experience G-force. We get pushed back into the sled, experience up to 5 Gs in some corners. That's the real feeling that I chase now. And I think that's what all luges look for. It's something you don't get in any other environment. The luge is just completely different. I'm Alex, and this is my rush.
Imagine sliding down narrow, icy channels at breakneck speeds and calling it your day job. Well, that's exactly what Olympian Alex Filazzo does. And despite making his 4th Olympic appearance in 2026, he still bases himself and 6 months of his training in far north Queensland, worlds apart from the Italian Alps.
Yeah, so I grew up in Townsville, was always a huge thrill seeker. So that's the Townsville weapon right there. I never knew what luge was until I was 15 when my mum come home from a coffee date with a friend. The friend Karen was in the process of recruiting athletes to give the sport a go from Australia. The first question was, I don't even know what luge was. Just completely different, right, from anything you see up in North Queensland, or Australia for that matter. This is how you do the luge in Townsville. That's how you practice the start anyway. You know, I was all or nothing sort of kid. Yeah, that really shone through when we first went over to Lake Placid to try it on the ice for the first time. I remember being extremely cold. Like, that was my first real cold experience. I remember being like -20, you know, never really seeing ice on walls like that before. I was trying to remember all those little details. He mentioned to me, you know, make sure you steer in this corner, keep it off the wall here, put your shoulders back. And as soon as I pulled off the handles, it kind of all just went out the window. And I was just holding on for sort of dear life. That was the turning point where I realized, okay, luge is fun. This is like nothing else I've ever done before.
It's quite a lot of steering. And on ice at speed, with pressure, you can steer that sharp. It's really about steering as least as possible.
Alex Filazzo of Australia now, the 22-year-old, ranked 32 in the world.
You know, I love Australia and where I'm from. That's a huge part of this whole journey for me because the contrast is ridiculous. It gets easier towards the end, and then by the end of the season, I'm ready to come back and get back into this way of life. And then it's just a brutal kind of like transition of like, you know, 2 complete contrasts of environments. And I love it. Before every training session, we do a visualize session like this, steering in different corners, holding up, steering out, reminding ourselves to relax into the curves, you know, practicing as much as we can without actually doing the sport. The people that I'm competing against overseas, they have some fantastic start facilities over there on ice that I would love up here in Townsville to be able to train on, but it just means a lot more flying for me. It can really grind you down, the sport. It's very punishing, like mentally, I think, like being on the circuit and being timed to 1,000th and being a sport of mistakes. Coming away from it and getting like a whole mental reset before heading back over there is an advantage, I would say.
Spot over there. He found top 7. Jonas Bueller, a top 7 finish for Alex Ferlazzo. This is huge for Australia. Incredible.
Yeah, these Olympics are a big one for me. I'm in the best headspace and physical space I've been in my career. Well, ideally I'd love to medal at these games. That's the ultimate goal. But I just want to get to my potential on the sled. I feel like I'm not there yet, and it's coming together slowly, and I think I'm pretty close.
Be sure to watch Alex slide into his 4th Olympics on the Cortina track on 9 and 9 now.
So I used to cop a lot of slack for being the Aussie slider on circuit, and then I started beating them, and they quieted up a little bit there.
Still to come on My Way, more athletes working in the heat down under to compete in the cooler Olympic Games.
Cool runnings.
That's it. Warm runnings.
But first,
It's just making do with what we have. Get better every day. That is the biggest success for me. Sure, I want to win. I want to win World Cups. I want to win medals. I want to win all these different things. But nothing beats getting better and seeing that you're getting better. And even if that is slowly. I'm Boris, and this is my shot.
born in the snow on Mount Buller, Boris Stanish was gifted a rare advantage for an Australian winter athlete in an even rarer sport, the biathlon. But he hasn't taken it for granted, pushing himself every day for a spot in the Olympic team and broadcasting his progress to the world in his own unique way.
You're going to go to TC Media?
Project 509 is my mission to get to the Winter Olympics in 509 days of documented training. So I make a video every single day, and it all started with the hook. The mission is simple. Get to the Olympics by stacking 509 productive days on top of each other. I'm Boris, and this is Project 509. That was the first video I made, and it stuck. I want to go to the Olympics. I don't have any sponsors. How do I get in there? So that next day, I posted a video going, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Got 20,000 views, and then all of a sudden I was stuck in doing it. I said I was going to post every single day, so I just kept doing it.
There are 116 days to go. This has turned out well.
It just became part of my routine. It's about keeping it real. And once I take it away from being real, that's when Project 509 wouldn't be what it is.
We got roller skiing, so the funny looking things that you put on your feet so you can ski in summer.
So biathlon's cross-country skiing and shooting, and they come together, somewhat confusingly, to make one of the most interesting winter sports on Earth. It's one of the only sports in the world that uses, I think it's 95% of the muscles in your body at any given point in time. So you are putting out everything that you've got. But it doesn't matter what you've skied like when you come into the shooting range. And it doesn't matter what you've shot like when you come out of the shooting range and you start the next lap. There is no balance. There's just go. It's doing what you've trained for.
Take the rifle off, get into position, bang. And then after I'm done shooting, put it on and escape. And I'm out of here.
The shooting is just one aspect of it. You've got to get above everything elite at shooting at high heart rate, on the skis, in the snow, in the wet, in the fog, in the wind. That's not a challenge in Australia. We have all those conditions. We just don't have the facilities. All across Europe, there are biathlon stadiums. And sure, I could go and train there, but then I couldn't afford to go and train there. That's what my project is all about. Getting to that level, but not from where they come from. So going to the Olympics means more than just representing Australia, especially in such a hard sport. It's representing what's possible for Australian kids. You know what I'm on about? The speed's there, the strength is there.
They just didn't have the snow to do the on-snow training. That's the problem. Like, you need to have that. It's all well and good being strong in a gym, but you need the on-snow training as well.
Oh yeah. I just came off the worst season of my life. Was sick, injured. I've had the worst races ever, crashed the first race of the season. I have no idea what shape I'm in right now. All I know is that from the trainings we've done, I have improved ridiculously. It's just a completely different feeling to anything I've ever felt before. I'm not sure where I'm going to place at the first Olympic trials of the season, but I do know that I'm going to be able to give it a hell of a hot shot compared to last year. And just having the support, seeing people from all across the world as well go, you can do it, mate. Just keep pushing.
While Boris's Project 509 in the lead up to the Games got him even closer to his Olympic dream, this sadly wasn't his year. But his motivation has only been boosted for the next Winter Games.
I just like going fast. You just escape to that winning feeling.
Stay tuned for more athletes punching above their weight in some of Australia's least known pastimes.
A bit like lawn bowls, but on ice.
But up next...
Being an Australian, specifically in bobsled, is incredibly difficult. What would it mean to me to compete at these Olympics? Clearly a lot. It would be an opportunity to really perform for everyone that has supported me on this journey. I'm Ash, and this is my resilience.
Ash has had a stellar career on the field in the NRLW and is now doing the same on the ice in a bid to make it to this year's Winter Olympics.
Gotta get the nervous laughs out, because I'm a laugher, if you can tell. I'm a laugher and a talker, which is both really good and really bad for interviews. Anyway, okay. I feel like from such a young age, I was always just gonna be an athlete. I could never sit still, still can't. And then as I started getting older, opportunities started coming up in things like rugby sevens, rugby 15s, which I really took with both hands because I love that learning aspect of sport, and that's translated to some really amazing opportunities throughout my career and my life that's then weirdly ended up in the great Australian pastime of bobsled.
Good.
My first run in a bobsled, we were in Whistler, which is the fastest track in the world, because why not start there? You know, go hard or go home is really I think the motto of bobsled. And I hated it. I hated it. I hated it so much. I got to the bottom, I had tears in my eyes, and they said, "Do you want to go again?" And I was like, "Yes." I don't know why. And then we got into two-man sleds after 2 weeks, and my first day in a two-man sled, I was in a crash and broke both my shoulders. And I was like, well, what a good sport. I got back in a sled 6 weeks later. I felt like I had something to prove, and so I just committed to the sport. Not only is it obviously the rush of going, up to like 157 kilometers an hour down the ice, and you have to memorize every single turn and corner along the way, and the weather conditions and your team and who you're racing with and the time of day, all of that impacts the actual run itself, but you have all of the training to be able to push a 170 kilo sled off a start line, the courage to be able to run essentially off a cliff and then jump into a fiberglass bathtub. And yeah, it's not just 1 minute on the ice, it's something that you've been working your whole life for just in 1 minute.
Cool runnings.
That's it. Warm runnings. Being an Australian in a winter sport, and being an Australian specifically in bobsled, is incredibly difficult. We don't have any access to bobsled specific facilities anywhere close to us. And so it presents its fair share of challenges. Everything that we do for bobsled is majority out of our own pockets.
And I train pretty much only by myself. So it's just a lot of me time. It's a lot of me time.
I decided that I wasn't the person that I wanted to be in the sport anymore. I had a really good friend named Simon who was also part of the Australian men's bobsleigh team. He was just such a good soul. He was my hype queen. He was the hype queen I wanted to be for other people. I decided to take some time off, and a couple of weeks later I got a phone call that he had actually passed away, and that was, it was earth-shattering. But I think always in the back of my head, I had him saying, like, come on, girlie, we're gonna get there together. It's such a big why for me because he always wanted to make an Olympic Games, and he always said, we're gonna do it together. You know, if I make these games, I'll still be doing it for both of us, and that'll be really important. We're thick and quick now. Okay. Last one, best one, hey?
Yep. Same technique, but because of the resistance, you cannot do with the same speed.
Watch me. I'm really so proud of my journey because I've faced injuries, non-selection, I've faced so many challenges, and every single time I've gotten back up and turned it into something beautiful.
Unfortunately, Ash's quest for the Games has come to a close, but she'll be cheering on her teammates at the Games even louder while she builds back up.
For me, the resilience aspect is the most important because I want to show people that it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, you can always get back up again.
Coming up next, we have a winter sport that's a little slower, but just as intense.
Oh, shot! Oh.
How different is curling to my day-to-day job?
The British and Irish Lions, the second test, it's do or die for the Aussies.
So that was getting clogged up, especially when you're lunging forward.
Curling and my day-to-day world are polar opposites to each other.
Work hard, boys, come on, let's go!
I reckon if I threw a rock down the middle of my workplace, they probably wouldn't have been very happy.
Turn up to competitions, doesn't matter what sport it is, and people, they're there to have a kind of good time, but then there's got people there that are generally there to win. I think that's the difference between us. We actually generally want to win. We love winning.
We are the Curlew Curlers, and this is our team.
What makes a bunch of Aussie men living in sunny Queensland decide to hit the ice and take on the world in the often less understood winter sport of curling? Well, to answer that, we have to go back to where all good ideas begin. The pub.
A mad idea I'd had many years ago was to try curling, given that Australia has a couple of amazing competitors in curling, but our men's 4 team hasn't made the Olympics for quite some time. There's a hole there. Let's have a shot at that and see how we go.
A bit like lawn bowls, but on ice. And you got to get it closest to the button, and the last stone closest to the button scores.
People who are professional curlers, they make it look really easy, and so you watch it and you think, oh, that can't be that hard. I reckon within minutes, proven absolutely wrong in that respect.
Nothing, nothing, nothing.
Sit down, sit down. Go, go, go. Oh, through the gap. Pick the gap like a dirty nose.
We'd done our come and try. We thought, okay, we're going to be the curlers, we're going to enter a team into the Queensland competition. And that first season, we actually made the final. That was the indication to us that, yeah, we're probably good enough here.
Yep, yes, 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 yes! Yep, keep going, keep working. Keep working, keep working, that's it. Right on, stop, off!
We went to the Nationals and then we realised, okay, it's going to take a little bit more than what we thought was just a bit of a walk in the park.
And when we turned up, you know, here you got 4 ragtag dags, you know, walking through the door. I think a few people were like looking at us going, geez, here we go. And then I think people were going, oh, these guys are actually half like, you know, serious and they're actually genuinely trying. And then I think when people saw that, they actually jumped on board and really helped us a lot, you know, moves and rules and things like that. We didn't win the game, but we were winning ends off the teams that actually won the whole thing.
Oh, shot.
Oh, shot.
Oh, good job, Boyd.
I think that gives us a little bit of, a bit of burning in the belly to go. We can actually, we potentially could do this.
Broom pump. Good job.
The reason we came together and stayed together is the competitiveness. You can put on as many knee pads as you want, Terry, but it's game on if you do that. Sport is in all our backgrounds. We all have played lots of different sports over a long time and all loved it. As you get a little bit older, some of those sports fall away in your capability of doing them, but the want to compete, the want to challenge, the want to do something with a group of mates consistently is always there. That's amazing.
That's a really good job.
Great support.
It could be a midlife crisis, this curling thing. In all honesty, you're throwing some good stones, and the glove at the back here is doing a really good job covering your crack.
Modesty.
Right, yeah, modesty glove.
Modesty's key, my friend.
Having that mateship, that element of being able to catch up weekly, just talk to each other, I reckon that's certainly been a benefit for myself.
And for guys over 40, catching up makes you feel better. Talking rubbish makes you feel better.
I know that I can call any of you blokes anytime now, and you'd be there for me. That's the best thing.
I'll come lift the fridge for you.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Absolutely. Come and help me move house.
Yeah. No.
The Curlew Curlers haven't quite made it this year, but the dream remains for the Games in 4 years' time, or maybe even 4 years after that. Either way, you know what they say about dreams.
Dreams are free.
Dreams are free. Dreams are free. That's our slogan. We've got a couple other slogans, but most of those are open for TV.
Make sure you're tuning in for all the action from the Cortina Winter Olympic Games, live and free on 9 and 9 Now. Coming up next week, how wheelchair basketball changed Wendy's life.
Don't mean handling the coach, that's not fair!
We'll see you then on My Way.